Greetings of peace and paradise, family. We are so glad to be able to meet once again and have our amazing Four Keys to Wellness roundtable conversations. It's really an honor and a privilege to be a part of such an amazing group of people who all help to feed into my soul, truly, because I think it's so vital in this day and age when we all are bombarded with death styles to actually have people who come together and motivate me and keep me inspired. And I pray that we all are doing the same for each other because it's huge. It's, as they say, it's hard in these streets trying to be living a life in balance. So, I really am grateful and appreciative to each of you. I wanted to jump right on in, Habakkuk. You are not very far from me. However, you are sitting at a slight distance. So you are right now sitting in front of something that we have as a staple in our family, which are different tools that actually filter out a lot of the toxins that most of us are bombarded with. And before I even jump to you, Habakkuk, Sister Latika, we were talking about water quality and just how bad water quality is these days. And
Right.
You being in microbiology, studying those things, you get a chance to hear what some of us don't get a chance to really hear about every day. So what are some of your thoughts just in terms of toxic nutrition, toxic energy disruption, toxic water, and toxic sleep, all being issues that we focus on, but right now really focusing on water, which is supposed to be what most of our bodies are comprised of. And as you know, I always say that most of us don't have access to real water. We buy fake water and we act like what fake water is going to do is other than fake, right? And so fake water, unfortunately, it doesn't hydrate. It doesn't have a reality that literally is pH balanced. It is putting all kinds of toxic chemicals. And last time I checked, H2O, right, were the chemicals components of what water was supposed to be composed of. But if we have 24,000 chemicals, plus, oh Lord, who knows what else in it, I don't think that constitutes as water. What are your thoughts?
Number one, I absolutely agree. And especially when you use the term quality of water, it's no coincidence that our ancestors didn't have all of these problems, even though they were eating worse than we are. It's like now in the new age of all of the bottled water and get this water, that type water, this electrolyte water, this type water, that we're still having all of these problems. Problems, more cancers, imagine that. And we do not realize all of that is contributed directly because even other sources that we're drinking, they're using that same water. If you're drinking a juice, if you're drinking a soda, God forbid, it is still from that bad water. So you have, mentioning the quality of water, I was thinking about the fact that all over the place, it's basically a phenomenon in America of these major cities with these water problems. And I was explaining to some people before, and we were having a conversation about me being from Birmingham and how Birmingham loves to advertise that they're number 4 in the nation in quality of water, which is automatically alarming. People look at that as some type of compliment, but that's really not a compliment because you're comparing qualities of water that people are ingesting. And then coupled with that, with me taking that microbiology class that you mentioned, where I had a professor teaching a classroom full of professionals, that we're getting ready to launch into the world as nurses, doctors, practitioners, and she's actually looking at us, telling us, well, you're better off drinking water from the tap than you are from a bottle. And that was, of course, alarming to me. I'm like, what? Like, did anybody else in the room just hear what she just said? So that launched into a whole nother conversation because, of course, everybody went to, well, what about this brand? And what about that brand? She was like, I don't care what brand it is. She said, it's going to expire. She said, it's going to expire because it's contaminated by the bottle. And I'm like, what? But you don't hear that. You don't hear anybody saying that. It's almost like a closed room type of something, because who have you ever heard say that from a professional point of view? Nobody, but it's being taught. So, you know.
All the time. I'm constantly. But I hear people that, and you know, you kind of feel like, for me, I feel like I be talking to myself, because I'm like, when
Right.
Flint, Michigan's crisis was announced, I told everybody this is not new.
Right.
You're just paying attention because the water is brown. But I don't
Boom.
care if they put bleach in the water to make it other than brown and is clear. If it has a whole bunch of chemicals in it, it's not healthy.
Right.
So the tap water is toxic. Your well water is toxic. Your plastic water bottles are toxic. So if we are not really taking charge to become knowledgeable enough whereby we can invest in tools that work, and I'll just get my husband, if he can, you know, right behind you, Habakkuk, is the waterfall. If you can just let people see that literally, when we pour that toxic water, whether it's a water bottle or we're pouring it from whatever the source, right? The tap water, I know that when it goes through that system, it's going to be highly filtered. It's literally taking out those toxins and poisons. It's pH balancing the water, right?
Right.
It's making sure that the water is actually mineralized and microclustered, so it's getting in at a cellular level. So when
Right.
I know what my hair texture was before I drank the water, and then I just drink water and my hair texture is different, hold on now.
All
Hold
right.
on, right?
All right.
And so
Yes.
I've been with myself long enough to know what happens and what doesn't happen. So when I'm looking at hydration happening, I'm saying, well, what the heck we've been doing all the other
All the
time?
time. Right.
So it clearly wasn't water. And if, Habakkuk, if you are able to reach for the shower filter, you may not be able to, but you know, that's huge. And Sister Grace, if you can kind of give us some understanding on why it's important from an indoor air quality standpoint, because most of us, we don't know no better. And when I listened to you talk about the indoor air quality, I was just like, because, you know, for me, this is really important because we get a chance to all share and brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get to delve so much deeper than just any one of us in our own heads, right? Because
Right.
we're able to share. And by sharing, it just takes it so much deeper for me. So,
Right.
Sister Grace, if you don't mind.
Greetings, everyone. Just backtracking to what you said earlier. I think one of the problems is that we have been so carefully miseducated, because most of us know there's something wrong, and we know we need to use a filter or something or water, but then we're getting the wrong information. So we're each running with the wrong information. So instead of getting to where we need to be, we don't. As you, water is chlorinated, and once it's chlorinated, the water molecules, the chemistry is happening. They start interacting, and other compounds are being formed in the water, which is detrimental to us. And one of the things also when we take showers is most of us take warm showers, and then you have the chlorine that's in the water. It transforms its state and it becomes gaseous. So now you have chlorine all, gas going all throughout your house. So you think you're just taking a shower, but you just added chlorine gas and you're breathing it. And so you're also, like, I just read this article today and they were saying the scientists know that if you put most living organism in something that's chlorinated, it won't last for long. So what is it doing to our insides? And then we wonder why we have so many issues, and we go to the doctor. They don't know any better. And so, the cycle just keeps going and going. And, you're spending money, but you don't have help.
You know, I used to be a competitor swimmer, so I used to drink chlorine through my skin for hours and hours a day, trying to learn how to swim better and better. And if I could do it all over again, right, you couldn't pay me to spend time in a chlorinated pool. I typically now will only do saltwater pools. But even with that, right, the water that they're filling up the pool with, it has what? Chlorine in it typically. So we're just in this modern toxic death style environment. And in order for us to really pull ourselves out, we got to do like what we're doing here, whereby we can kind of coach each other and help each other and give tidbits of suggestions, to help help each other to not be committed to death styles unaware. We like finance somebody else's empire building off of our pain and suffering, which is like, hello, was that really the goal? And I don't think it is. So it seems that we just lost. No, we're still recording. So yeah, I don't know exactly what happened or what have you, but yeah, we're still fine. So
yeah, it just froze up for a little bit.
yeah, so prayerfully everything's okay with everyone who's watching it. With the brief issues of technical difficulties, we do apologize for sure, for sure. So talk to me, baby. Talk to us.
Let's talk about water again. Water is a very important thing, especially to me personally, because I drink in my water bottle. This water bottle right here is like my lifeline during the day. And I work, in a facility where there's not access to healthy drinking water. They got water coolers, things like that, but it's still like, the companies and the water, have a little water cooler conversation. But this water bottle has a filter on it. So I get to pour the bad water in and get good water out.
Huge.
So if I'm going to, work 10 to 12 hours a day, I'm going to have to stay hydrated.
Important.
Definitely hydrated all day. And then, like my wife said, with the shower filter is just huge because I'm a person that will have kind of dry skin. So when I take hot showers, I love hot showers, by the way. And I hope everyone does love hot showers. But with the water filter, it actually cleanses your skin and hydrates your skin so that you don't have that ash, or you don't have to use your honey butters and everything like that, and your oils and everything. So that helps me a lot because I like to use those type of butters and things like that. So I was kind of upset when I didn't have to use it, So that was, it was something to work through, but I made it through. But more importantly, the thing is that when the largest organ on your body is your skin.
Huge.
So everything that touches your skin, it takes in. So you're going to want water to hydrate your body. So the shower filter is definitely a huge thing to get.
Indeed.
Definitely a huge thing to get.
So what are your thoughts in terms of, I know at a point we used to be penny wise and pound foolish, and we were sitting there saying, oh, we just gonna get this and we just gonna get that. And then I know then you became the person was basically saying it makes no sense to waste your time if you're not gonna do something from nutrition, something from energy, something from water, something from sleep because of the synergy. Why do you think you came to that conclusion? What was it that made you say, whoa? Was it seeing everyone else? Was it seeing yourself? Was it the combination of everything?
Well, just basically common sense. You want to drive a car with 3 wheels on it, correct?
Mm.
So you're going to need all of the pieces of the puzzle. One is not going to work without each other.
Okay.
They work together, just like, you have pillars. Pillars hold up a structure. You're not going to have 4 pillars and you need 5. It's not going to stand up. So what you need nutrition, you need energy, you need water, and you need sleep.
Okay.
Because without any of those, you'll be in balance.
Hugely important. Hugely important. So I would suggest to get to whoever the person is that gave you access to this video, and that way we can get you in contact with us and you can actually even join some of our roundtable discussions. We definitely want to continue this as a movement, right? A movement where we all stop being victims of death styles that are being marketed to us, because people profiting from our pain, it's old news, right? And we can show you nutrition that's bioavailable, energy that's reconnecting you, energy tools that are reconnecting you back to the energy of the earth, the sun, magnetics, vitamins in the air. Some of it sounds weird, right? Because I know initially it did to me, but will help you to understand what we're referencing when we're saying it. And then water that's real. We like to call it good water around here. So as opposed to having toxic, fake stuff, having really good water. I think it's really, really huge. And then sleep. Because anytime, and just take a look, right? How many hours are you sleeping a night on average, right? If you're not sleeping 6 or more hours of deep restorative REM sleep, cancer cells are proliferating, immune system crashes by 60%. Is that our goal? Many of us, we sacrifice the things that we don't know, right? That are really harming us, thinking that we're doing better. We're working hard. We're working to get this big money. Sounds great in theory, but when we get a chance to see what we see every day, it's not worth it, y'all. You want to make sure that you have your wellness in such a way that you have mastered the 4 keys to wellness and that you're consistent every day. And that way, then you can then also unlock the 5 pillars of balance. And it's like the 4 keys to wellness kind of unlocks, right? That 5 pillars of balance. So we definitely want to have you just to be a part of this amazing movement. And we look forward to staying in contact with you. You have a great one all.